Hello, let's do a quick NaNoWriMo check-in for November the 26th. I think I mislabeled yesterday, perhaps an optimism. So yes, I have not converted Phoebus into an ebook for myself yet. I will do that um, when I get around to it at the time. I need to sit in front of the actual computer that we have versus pecking away on my little cell phone that I'm doing this on and that I'm doing all my writing on. Um, but I did start a new story today. Just kind of like, oh, had this image of a guy falling out of the sky naked into the mud, into the rain. Uh, and yeah, I'm going to do that story for a little while. I need to think up what that story is. He seems to be a magician's apprentice who has gotten transported a good hunk of distance, especially for these kind of semi-medieval fantasy times, uh, well away, probably because of his master's anger. He apparently has burned down the master's hut, whether through his negligence, spite, or malice. Um, he is a kind of a good-for-nothing guy who couldn't be a soldier, couldn't be a priest. Is not interested in being a scholar. And for some reason has ended up a magician's apprentice, probably because nobody else wants to do it. But he does have some sort of native intelligence that maybe he might actually survive. Apparently, a lot of his other magician apprentice have not survived. Maybe that's part of what makes this a undesirable job. The guy also doesn't seem to be that great of a magician. Um, so yeah, that's the story I have so far. I need to think about where I'm going with this. Is this a magician's apprentice who's a complete fuck up who learns how to be a good magician, or gets onto that route of being a good magician, um, or is it a complete fuck up who just gets ended up getting shoved into the position of being a magician and just sort of has to wing it? Maybe the magician himself ends up croaking and he has to take the mantle of being a magician to perhaps save himself, um, and ends up kind of trapped as the expert, even though he doesn't want to be. Perhaps the Lord, who's very eager in getting into wars, is enmeshed in a more really big, gigantic one, and even larger people come into focus, and he accidentally um, shows some sort of usefulness to these very powerful people, and he has to kind of